Hello, everyone. This is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
This is Battle Report 319.
319
It'll be the Asklanders versus the Warriors of the Dark Gods.
in my basement.
Two armies that deserve each other.
Yes, there you go. So the forces of evil have united on the tabletop.
Exactly. Yes, the forces of blah.
Yeah.
So, like you said, this is in your basement.
Yeah, this is a game that I kind of like a tester game. Play with a buddy of mine who's getting back into fantasy battle. He used to play back in the Warhammer days, and he decided to freshen up his armies and give Ninth Age a shot.
Yep. He played back in the old Warhammer days.
Yeah.
He didn't even play. I don't think he played much at all in 8th.
He didn't play too much in 8th. No, he
Right.
had some other stuff, family stuff going on. So this is a 4x6 table. I folded up the edges of the cloth to make it 4x6.
Okay.
That's what this white border
Yep.
is. And on the upper left, we have a wall, and then in the center, we have an impassable terrain, which is a building. Behind that, we have another wall. On the upper right, it's hard to make out in the picture, but there's actually a hill
Under the mat.
Under the mat, a relatively large hill. On the lower right, we have a woods. In the center, we have a large field, and on the left, we have ruins.
All right. Fairly symmetrical.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just going to change. There we go. There's my cursor. And
Okay. My opponent, I said he pulled out how he picked his army was this was he has multiple armies, but this one was on top in his storage area. That's what he grabbed. So he kind of shocked me when he showed up with it. But if you're going to start playing with an army, this is probably not a bad one to start with because you got a small amount of good guys. So
right.
you start off with an Exalted Herald who is an unholy avatar, an emissary of chaos. I don't remember which of the spell combinations he took. He then had a chosen lord of pride with luck of the dark gods, burning portent, and thrice forged armor. He had a very large unit of 40 barbarians with great weapons.
That's a chunk.
With full command, yes, it was. It was the only thing I saw in front of me that I thought I could fight. Then he had a unit of 20 warriors, also of pride, with hand weapon and shield, full command, and the zealot banner, so full attacks in the second rank. Then he had a unit of 5 warrior knights of wrath, no musician, but standard and champion, with lance and the banner of discipline. I think his plan there was he was going to keep him out of the bubble, so he wanted to have better leadership. Then he had the 5 Feldrakes, with also no musician, but with great weapons and the ether icon, just because he had some points. He had a giant with a club, and he had a chimera with wings. And I think there were some other upgrades, but I was having some challenges reading it on the piece of paper that I was given. So that's what I could figure out. Then my list was the Asklander list. Basically,
you made it a legal list this time.
All I did was make it legal. I didn't take a lot of time to really think through some of the stuff as I need to on this army. I had a Aslander Jarl Chief with paired weapons, throwing weapons, shield breaker, basalt infusion, lucky charm, Ascidian rock, and a war dais. And I had a Aslander Chief BSB with hand weapon shield, throwing weapons, and however you pronounce that, Iritoki, the Harp of Bragi, which expends the rerolls for the standard. 2 ether icons, a war dais. That's not correct.
Okay.
He did not have the longship raid.
Okay.
That's a typo. Then we had Aslander Chief, S&S.
Spear and shield?
Spear and shield, thank you. Throwing weapons, war dice, he has longship raid. Then I just had a Aslander Berserker Chief with a symbol of slaughter and the war dice, and he's the one that has a longship raid.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's on the wrong guy. Then I had the Sidekenner with paired weapons, a binding scroll, magical heirloom for witchcraft, another typo I see. Then I had a Sidekenner with paired weapons, book of arcane mastery, and shamanism. That's a typo.
Okay.
Book of Arcane Mastery was yes, he was a shamanism guy.
Okay.
Then we had 29 Asklanders with a spear and shield, full command. Another unit of 29 Asklanders with shield and spear with full command. 2 units of Warhounds, a unit of 15 Huskarls with spear and shield, full command, and the Banner of Discipline. They were with the one Asklander chief, the Longship Raid. Then I had a unit of 10 Berserkers with paired weapons in a champion. They were with the Asklander Berserker chief. 2 units of wargs and 2 giants with the spear.
Tribal War Spear.
Tribal War Spear, yeah.
So they can go into the units.
So they joined the units.
I noticed you switched from the great weapons to spear and shield.
Yes, that was a change.
The troops.
Yes.
Okay.
They seem to want you to use spear and shield more. I look at it with most of the units in this army, just how the special rules work.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that does look like a big block of guys, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So we rolled for the objective, and it was you're going to have to remind me the names of things. It's the one with the object. That little thing in the center of the table is the objective.
Oh, hold the ground.
Hold the
where
ground.
You have to hold the center.
Starting on turn 2, you
Yep.
Yeah, you count how many, and you can go to the end.
So you guys just played Battle Line?
And ended up being Battle Line, yes.
Okay.
And then on the far left, he's got his knights, and he's got his big gribbly character, and then he's got did I miss it on the list? A chariot.
Yeah, it was not a chariot on the list.
That was missing on the list. So he has a chariot.
Still looks like a small list, but
yeah, 20 warriors with his general in there with the sword of don't come near me with multi-wound guys. Yes.
Right.
Then we have a giant. Then we have the 40 Aslanders, and we had the Chimera, and then we had the goose-stepping Feldrakes.
Yes.
I hate those models.
The no-knee.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. His aren't those. His are the old school ones.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
The newer ones.
I shouldn't say that. I like the older ones better than I like the newer ones.
Yeah, the newer ones that they don't have knees.
Yes, they have no knees.
Right.
And then we have my side, and on the far right, you see a unit of wargs. Looks like it's already vanguarded.
That's done more than Vanguard.
You get a unit of dogs.
I think you vanguarded and moved at that point.
Then we have the 2 blocks of infantry. Each one has a character. One's got the BSB, the other one's got the general.
Okay.
With the 2 giants, and I used the big mastodons as my giants.
Right.
Then I
have
the
war dice. Oh, here's your giants. Great.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I think that missed that on my list too. The unit of 15 archers.
That's true.
Yep. Which is over there in the ruins where the mages are at the moment, and then a unit of dogs. And off table, I've got the berserkers and the huskarls and the 2 commanders that are required to bring them on.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're already moving. Well, no. Never mind. Guess it doesn't.
No.
There's your vanguard. Never mind.
It's just my
I was looking at it from the wrong side.
Yeah.
Okay,
we rolled off, and he went first. So he basically moved like that. He hasn't played in a long time, so he was a little tepid at the beginning, not understanding the power of some of those units.
Right.
So he kind of moved forward at just an advanced rate and just positioned himself.
Yeah, and I don't know what he plans to do with 5 wide Feldrakes.
Yes.
Other than never maneuver them at all.
Yes. Well, he has since painted 3 more, so he can have 2 units of 4. Because he can. Because 1 unit of Feldrakes is not enough.
No. Okay. Remind me to decline when he calls and asks me for a game.
Yes.
No.
Then what happened here? I guess this is my move. It's been so long you can't remember.
Yes, you came up to the front of the woods. I mean, the front of the field. It looks like.
Yeah.
But stayed in the field.
No, something's going on here. I'm trying to remember what it is. It might be the beginning of my turn.
Oh, I can see your what are they called? The wargs up there sitting in front of his big guy.
Oh, okay, yes. They may have charged. Maybe I missed that part. I think they charged, and then the dogs came over to the flank of his guys.
Charged?
The Chimera.
Oh, okay.
And next photo.
Okay, because you went second?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is showing more than, and this is the rest of my main blocks. I tried to get within 6 inches of the objective with the one guy in the field and not get closer because I really didn't want to fight that unit.
Right.
And the other unit of wargs that were over there tried to get around his flank.
Okay. Looks like his giant's kind of looking over there
Yes,
towards you.
he is. And yes, I did charge.
And killed the Chimera and took a wound.
And killed the Chimera and took a wound.
Not bad.
Yeah, not having a stomp helps.
Yeah, that's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if I killed him or if I chased him down.
Okay.
But I did pursue so I wouldn't get killed by those Feldrakes.
All right. Turn 2.
So then we have turn 2, hopefully. So then he comes forward with his warriors, and he kind of creeps forward with his barbarians. He was a little afraid of my units because I had the bonuses in them. And he brings the chariot over.
Fail his march test with the knights. Do you remember? Or do you know?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. So it doesn't look like he's very far forward from where he was.
He's advanced a little bit, but yeah.
And he's also not turning. I mean, he hasn't played for a long time. I'll
He hasn't.
criticize this because, I do it all the time. He's also not facing in towards the center as much as he should on both those units over there.
Yeah. He's brought the giant over to engage the one set of wargs, and he's brought his big gribbly character over to face
I can see him there behind the building.
And his plan was to magic me off if he could.
Okay.
And then he pivoted his Feldrakes so they didn't have their flank against the dogs.
Flank against the dogs.
I positioned my dogs so they were on his flank.
Warhounds?
Yeah. Well, remember the warhounds they get the double attacks and the plus strength. So you probably don't want to. There's no reason to risk a 30-point unit smacking to your flank and maybe winning.
Why should they only have one attack each?
Yeah.
Good point. My mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe go too deep so you can still crush them anyway.
Yeah.
Just saying. Anyway.
So.
Okay.
I think my archers probably put that wound on him, or the magic did. I don't remember on the Feldrake.
The Feldrake.
Yeah.
Okay. Me, you guys over there in the ruins.
Yes.
All right. So now he's definitely come forward with at least one inside the 6-inch range.
Yes, and I have one also. So
you're declaring a charge?
I'm charging the yes, I was charging his barbarians because I was sure I could beat them.
And since his Feldrakes are positioned off that way, you can not get counter.
And if I could hit them, then I would pursue and I'd run past them.
Even if you don't hit them, it looks like you're getting past the barbarians. I mean, the Feldrakes.
Yeah. So that was the plan.
Okay.
And I think I failed the charge, and I think that's where I ended up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And let's see what else is going on here. The dogs moved up to chaff his Feldrakes. The wargs turned around to face the rear of his barbarians. And my 2 longship raids came on.
Right.
I brought the Huskarls behind the Feldrakes so they could use their throwing weapons. And I brought the barbarians behind, the berserkers behind his barbarians. I just didn't want to deal with that unit of warriors unless I could put like a ton of stuff on them.
Right.
And that was kind of the deal.
Okay.
And then now I have 2 units within 6 of because his barbarians are not within 6 of the objective, but I have 2 guys.
And he did go first, right?
Yes. And then the other dogs I brought up just to stop them from charging into my unit either unit, frankly.
Okay. You're right. And they're out of arc of the chariot or not?
They are not out of arc of chariot of the chariot. I couldn't figure out a way to do that without bringing them so far over that I didn't want to drag the warriors towards me.
Understood.
Yeah. And then I brought the warriors to the top of the hill to look at his giant.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the hill a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Okay. And there we go.
And then what happened here?
You killed a Feldrake.
Yeah, I killed a Feldrake.
Shot it off, I guess, with weapons.
Probably with a combination of throwing weapons, bows, and maybe a magic missile. I can't recall. I don't remember spells. I didn't take that picture. I can see I got some evil eye on his barbarians.
Evil Eye. Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, well, that's a good number of
It
shots.
is.
It's 20 shots at strength 4 hitting on 4s, and then another 2 at strength 5.
Those all don't look like they're within 8 inches. Just
So
saying.
they were. We checked it. Now we have turn 3, I hope. So, and this looks like just the general positioning. Has he done anything? I don't think he has yet. So
I don't
keep going.
see anything that's
No.
moved yet.
And then,
That's the other side before he's moved as well, it looks like.
yeah, it looks like it's still my turn. I mean, put back up for a second.
Okay, oops.
Yeah, I guess we're one ahead. I was just taking a picture of positioning of things at the beginning of the turn, I guess. I forgot. I did cast the, what's the spell? So it makes it harder to cast spells.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
that's what's on his big gribbly guy.
Okay, so it's
So-
harder. So he's -2 to
Minus
cast.
2 to
or
cast,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he declares his charges. So he sends the warriors and the chariot into the dogs.
Okay.
The dogs stand to both, and he decides. And this kind of surprised me because at first he was hesitant, but he decided to charge the barbarians into my block.
Okay.
And I think he was just counting on his great weapons doing some damage. And then, of course, he charges the Feldrakes into the dogs who stand.
And the big guy went into.
And then the big guy was charging the berserkers.
Berserkers. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought the berserkers were probably the only guys I had that could maybe do something about him.
Okay.
So they, of course, made it.
Yeah. It's a difficult charge.
And
Yeah.
as did his barbarians, and as did his Feldrakes.
And the big guy.
And unfortunately his big guy. That actually was, I don't remember what the role was.
Twisted Effigy.
Yes, Twisted Effigy. And I was like, oh well. He then just plops his giant right in front of my warg and says, "Hey."
Oh, okay. And see his warrior,
and then his knights have moved up at full speed to try to come around the flank.
Again, yeah, positioning. This is stuff I do.
Yeah.
Not turned far enough into the middle.
Yeah. Now he could see my guys quite easily.
Yeah, but if you come forward, he's not going to be able to see you if you hit that unit in front of you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying. Anyway.
Sure. If I hit that unit in front of me, yeah, that's true. Probably won't be there anyway. But
right.
Okay, that's in there. We've got that.
That's just all with the combat.
This is just a picture from his side seeing the things. So I said, hey, I'm looking at. He put Rot Within on me, which I didn't appreciate.
-1 offense and defense. That's not that bad.
Yeah. It did make a difference on one of the rolls. I can't remember.
You challenged him, so he had to fight your guy.
Well, I challenged with my champion. That's what that's signifying. It did make a difference on what I think it affected my hit roll on him because his weapon skill was so high.
Said, if he's only fighting a champion, it doesn't much matter.
Yeah, well, it's going to matter on the next round.
Turn.
Yeah, because those guys are unbreakable. So, and they're not unbreakable. They crumble.
Oh, look at that! The Feldrakes beat the dogs.
By some miracle, the Feldrakes managed and took no wounds.
Wow, and they didn't take any damage from that either.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And now they're turning around facing back.
And he turned them to face the Huskarls.
Right. Oof. Yeah, he should have done the other fight first.
So yes. And shockingly, here he managed to kill the dogs.
He lost both units of dogs in one turn.
Yeah, it was very sad.
There's a bunch of dice that.
And this was a die roll, and I forgot what it was.
Looks pretty bad.
It was him rolling. I think
above a 3.
It may have been. It's probably his barbarians.
Does barbarians attack rolls?
Yeah, I think so. It was just an atrocious
wound
roll.
That wouldn't be bad, but
I can't believe I didn't fix this photo. Anyway, but yes, it was the hit.
Oh, that's okay. You didn't fix this one either.
I thought I fixed them all. I guess I didn't.
Oof.
So
we may pause if this continues.
Yes. And then this is the picture of the fight, and
there's a lot of dead barbarians.
My guys went to town. Yes, there was a lot of dead barbarians.
Yeah.
And he had boosted his guys. I don't remember what he cast, but he wasn't going to fare well. So he fled, and I did not catch him.
Ah, okay. You chased him, but
I did chase him because I was hoping the same thing. I wanted to be outside the visibility of those freaking warriors.
And those wargs are facing towards the barbarians.
They are facing,
and the barbarians are going to be fleeing.
Yes.
On your turn.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But you were also in the flank
Okay.
of the fellow.
So this is the overall table.
Okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
Oh, his giant
stuff.
walked over and stood in front of your
Yeah.
wargs.
Yeah. That's what he said. He said,
Okay.
"Come get me."
Yeah.
And then
Challenging you.
then we have what's going on here.
It's just another
Just another
overall
shot
picture, it looks like.
from his side. Yeah. I don't think anything's happened. Yeah, this is just from his side. This is my charging the giant.
Did you make it?
I
Oh,
did.
you did. I'm amazed.
Um,
Oh, Mr. Giant came out as a chaff piece.
yes.
Look at that.
I can't remember what happened. I think.
Let's see if we got a picture over here.
I don't remember how I got rid of his.
Well, it looks like if you charged him with the big block, it looks like you charged him with the big block and he
Well,
fled
no.
through
I
everything.
actually. He had. Because I actually charged the rear or the flank of his Feldrakes. I can't remember which one.
With the big block?
Yes.
And he fled.
And he fled, and he's over there.
And did you redirect?
And I must have redirected, and maybe I redirected and he just rolled poorly.
No, I think if he rolls anything, he hits his guy and bounces all the way
That's what happened. Thank you.
from what I'm seeing.
Yes, that's what happened. I redirected, and first I charged the Feldrakes, thank you, and then he fled with them because he didn't want to get hit with that whole block and
Right.
the flanker rear, whichever it was.
It's a flank, definitely.
And then I redirected into his barbarians. They fled, landed on top of his own guy, had to keep going.
Right, and there's no room back there.
And there was no room. We ended up doing the rolls. I think he actually lost all the guys running through my unit.
Okay.
There weren't many left.
Okay.
Only like 10 left. But that still keeps my guys within 6 inches of the objective.
Okay.
I then sent out my giant from the other group to chaff his warriors, and I sent my character over to the flank to get him out of trouble.
And that character was in this unit in the field?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my general, so I was hoping to bring him over.
You've been watching too many of my games. What's he doing over there?
Yeah.
By himself.
The wargs then came... Oh, not quite done.
Oh, sorry.
The wargs then came behind him.
Gotta be quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
trying to get over there.
I
can't go backwards.
Huskarls, it's fine. The Huskarls then moved to the flank to hit him with some throwing weapons again.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm giving up. Looks like you got
I clearly cast some frostbite on my 2 units to get their armor up.
Frostbite.
Yeah. It either adds to your armor or it takes away from your opponent's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you can pick up the 2 units.
Okay.
If you're the boosted version.
All right.
Ooh,
5 wounds on the giant.
So I did not quite enough wounds, and I went first, so you know what that means.
Well, he's got 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
7 wounds.
He didn't have 7 attacks. He had a few attacks coming back at me.
No, I'm saying the 7.
Yes.
It's hard to do 7 wounds to a giant in a turn.
It is. But I did do 5. So.
Okay. Why don't you just gave him 10 coming back?
Yes.
Okay.
And 10, or he had the club. Is it 10 or 11?
Yeah, base 5.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Plus 5.
Yeah. So he killed one of the wargs outright and put 1 wound on the other one.
Okay.
And he stood.
Okay.
I think I still won.
Because he still won.
I think I won. I caused 1 more. No,
because you had 4 wounds each.
I had a charge on him. Yeah, but I had a charge on him.
So you won by the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. That's a close fight.
It was. And then I said to him, it's like, that's probably not going to. I was hoping he wouldn't do that much damage to me. I said, I told him I did too many wounds on him the first round. Then
so
here,
you didn't challenge him?
I didn't challenge him.
Did he challenge you?
With my hero. He did not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my thought here and was I'd forgotten, because I figured he would just kill my hero.
Right.
If I challenged him. And
correct. I can understand why you didn't challenge him.
Yeah. But... And I thought maybe I should be able to get a decent number of attacks, but he went to town.
Right.
And just killed a whole bunch of...
Yeah.
But I put a whole bunch of wounds on him. I think he's got 4 wounds on him.
It looks like it. He should have challenged you.
Yeah.
Because that would have reduced the number of attacks coming in on him.
Yes.
If nothing else.
Well, he did, if I remember correctly, he did really well. He basically, I think, all of his attacks hit and wounded. And he didn't have a really big stomp. If he would have had a big stomp, he could have basically wiped me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
They still should have won that combat.
He did.
Certainly. And you stood.
Well, I did 4 wounds to him.
Oh, you're unbreakable.
Yeah. There's my markers I mentioned.
What is this? What is this? A smiley face?
It's a smiley face.
Okay.
And at this point, that marker indicates that I've gotten the objective 2 turns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this is turn 4.
And it's turn 4, hopefully.
Okay. Turn 5 with a yellow dot.
It's been a month since I played this game, so
turn 5 with a yellow dot is what you're telling me.
Exactly. God knows how many screw ups I'm making. I think this is just a view from his side at the beginning of the turn.
Yeah.
And this is view from the other side.
Fleeing.
Yeah, this is just what's happened at the end of.
You must have magicked one off, right?
Well, throwing weapons probably.
Oh, throwing weapons.
Because I had the character and the unit on his flank.
Understood.
And I don't remember what the archer shot at. Something of no consequence. And then it's time to go in. So he sends his warrior, this chariot, into my giant.
Okay.
And he sends his knights into my block of dudes in the field.
Okay.
They are in the front. It doesn't look that way.
So the warriors... Okay, so the warriors in the front of your giant and the chariots in the flank.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Okay.
So
looks like those two
they made it by some. I just turned them backwards because of the tusks.
He rolled 3 1s for
his charge. For his charge. Yeah.
I'm not sure that he wanted that charge, but still, he's got a 1-up armor though. So
he's got a 1-up armor, and
strength 4 base.
AP 0, strength 4.
Oh, so you're only AP 1. Okay, so that is a good
2,
charge.
I guess, on the charge because of spears.
I thought you said, AP 4. Oh, on the charge.
Yeah, on the first turn, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway.
Yeah. Oof. Okay.
But yeah, so poor Mr. Giant, he did rally these guys.
Okay.
I was hoping they would just run off the table, but they didn't, and he decided to face the Huskarls.
Okay. It's probably
a wise move.
Yeah. Could have turned a little bit more to make sure the one guy's in your flank and not in your flank.
It may not have been in the flank, actually.
Oh, look at that!
And he beat the.
Is the giant faster than you, or what?
No.
You couldn't do the final 2 wounds.
I couldn't do the final. I think I may have gotten 1 more wound on him.
Okay.
I can't see the dice, but he won the fight.
Oh, look at that! That looks bad.
And this
looks
time,
like somebody did challenge this turn.
This time I said, "Oh shit!" So I did challenge.
Okay.
And
did the final wounds.
I managed to survive with 1 wound, and put the final wound on him.
Okay. Wow.
And another photo that didn't get fixed. Wow.
Looks like he killed your giant.
He did. I guess I was so traumatized from the giant dying. He turned the face with the warriors, and I think he may have pursued with the chariot and just not rolled high.
Okay.
Let's see. And I think that's just a picture of what looks like afterwards.
Right. So you've definitely got the objective wrapped
up. And his giant's now faced the other side because he's...
Right.
Yeah.
Turned around. And there's the other side, I guess.
So, yes.
Going into...
Not just the other side. And it should be going to my 5, I believe.
Your turn, bottom of 4, I think.
Yeah, bottom of 4. Okay. So what happens here? I reformed my block and backed them up a little bit. Just made them 5 wide.
Okay.
Figure whatever hits, they're basically not going to survive. Just hopefully they'll be steadfast for a while. I advanced the other block forward out of the line of sight of the warriors, but still barely within 6 of the objective.
No, for the 3rd turn.
Yeah. My wargs charged the flank of his chariot.
Oh, okay. Got them both in or not?
I don't recall, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really tell.
I don't recall.
Okay.
We'll find out soon enough. And then I went ahead and charged with my Huskarls and my Huskarl chief into the...
Yeah, it looks like you were in his front anyway.
Yeah, into his guys. And then I advanced the Berserkers plus their guy towards the center. They're not scoring or anything, but I figure if we can get behind somebody, we can do something.
Oh, what is that? The guy's back there by the wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the last 2 Berserkers and the chief with 1 wound on him.
Got it.
And
this
then
is your general hanging out way back here in the
yes,
back.
and he back there, and then the archers came forward a bit to the edge of the ruins to try to shoot some.
Ooh, magic?
I think that was a magic spell.
There's nobody around to throw stuff
Yeah,
at him.
I'm pretty sure it was magic. I don't remember
Okay.
what the spell. Oh, I know what spell it was. It was insects.
Swarm of
Swarm of
insects.
insects.
You
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
him with a swarm of
Yes,
insects.
I did.
That's uncalled
Yeah.
for.
Just needed 1/6.
That's true. And looks like they made short work of that chariot, didn't they?
The wargs.
Must have been 2 on him then. Guess that answers my question.
Yeah.
Because 1 couldn't have done that unless they ran him down.
Well, he caused 2 wounds to me. I think I ran him down
Okay.
because he did cause 2 wounds to me.
Okay, so you broke him. He ran.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I chased him.
That makes more sense.
And I stopped it right in front of his knights.
Okay. Well, you're chaffing him.
It was definitely chaffing him. Yeah. I would rather chaff him a little farther back. So I would
Basically,
him in the
looks on
front.
the wheel. He's only going to get 3 on you.
Yeah. Doesn't need too many.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
All right. Oof.
So kill off 2 of these guys
Right before he goes. Right.
And
Looks like he didn't do much in return.
and I don't remember what he did in return. And then he ran, and I
Chased with just the guy.
chased with just the guy. That doesn't sound right.
Not sure why you would do that, but the
Oh
other.
no, he was on the other side of the wall, wasn't he?
Where's he? Okay.
Yeah, I think he was on the side of the wall. Because I think I chased with both of them.
Look at that. I made it go backwards. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
You did chase.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
didn't go very far.
Yeah, I just didn't go very far. Yeah.
Well, actually, apparently you went exactly far enough to line up behind the wall.
Yeah.
Those guys knew what they were doing.
Exactly. I don't know what's.
Okay. That was just that.
See, and that's just a scarification from the swarm of insects. Okay, this is just taking photos of what's going on. Oh, it looks like I boosted up the guys in the field.
Okay.
I probably gave them armor and something else, who knows, just to hopefully. I was trying to boost them just to make them hang around a little bit longer.
Did you not get your 3rd point on that one?
I didn't because.
Oh, because the guys in the field are outside 6?
Yeah, I had to back them up
Okay.
because I was trying to expand the distance.
Okay.
So I did not get my 3rd point.
Okay. So this was a push on this turn.
Yes.
But there's only 2 turns left.
Yeah.
So you've just got to prevent him or
Right.
win 1.
Right. So now we have his turn. So the knights charge the wargs.
Oh, the warrior knights are in the horsemen are in the rear.
I think they're in the flank. Is just how we
Okay.
put the arrow.
Okay.
They are in the flank. It's just how we put the arrow. And then the warriors charge the
spear block.
The spear block, which I was hoping he'd roll snake eyes again.
It's a good hope. Did it work for you?
Yeah.
We'll find out in a minute.
Just
I guess.
taking a picture of the other side. Nothing's going
there you go.
on,
Guess
and
it
did not work. So I've got to awaken the beast
For
and frostbite on my
strength or
guys.
toughness.
I believe I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it may have been strength. I'm pretty sure it was strength. I wanted to kill guys.
So you got strength and extra armor.
Yeah, because I'm fighting in multiple
Okay,
ranks.
there you go. So they are in the flank.
So they did manage. Somehow they managed to close that. Yeah.
Surprised.
But
Oh, you killed 2 of them.
what happened here?
You killed 2. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to remember how I killed 2. Did I just kill him, or did one of them run in the woods? No, I think I got lucky and I killed him. He did not kill. I think he only killed one of them. He got unlucky.
Right.
And then I was able to swing back and I killed 2 of his, and he rolled like snake eyes on his armor save or something.
Okay. I was going to say he must have rolled bad.
He did, but it was not a good fight for what happened. But
and then he overran.
Yes, I managed with all that to kill 2 of his guys.
Good job. That's 2. He chased you though.
I was steadfast 9 with rerollable.
Okay.
I didn't roll.
Okay.
I failed both rolls.
What could he have done? If he would have held there, he could have challenged the objective.
Yes.
On this turn and challenged it next turn, but you still win.
Yeah.
Because you've still got 2. So he can't win it, so he might as well kill you.
Might as well get all the points. Yeah.
Yeah. He still can't win it.
Right.
Got it. Okay. So he pursued you, caught you.
Yep. So I wasn't expecting that to happen.
And
this is just a general one. I think we're coming into 6, I believe. And it's like, okay. Um,
Really?
yes,
Really?
killed another one. Trying to panic him.
Now we go to turn 6.
So that was actually, I think, on turn 6. It's in the wrong
Yeah.
spot. But okay, what's going on here?
It looks like you're just repositioning guys around.
So
Oh, his turn.
it's
Right.
his turn. So
He's turned the warrior knights back in. I mean, the foot guys back in.
to get within 6 of the objective,
And he's brought the other guys within 6.
and he's brought the knights within 6.
Oh, look at that.
So this is the top of 6.
But it's the top of 6, so it won't
Yeah.
matter.
So and then I think it's pretty much all he's got because I think everything else is
Yeah.
dead. Okay, yes, and this is
then
my final push.
You decided to go
So,
at him.
that freaking character just scared the hell out of me with that sword, with the
Right.
multi wounds and so many
Oh.
attacks and weapon skill and everything else. It's like,
So you ignored that unit?
yeah, it's like I can charge him with everything, but he could theoretically kill 3 characters all by himself, you know. So
Well, looks like his champion might be dead because I see a hole in his front
his
line.
champion is dead.
Then you could have gone. Then you could
Yeah.
just throw anybody at him.
So but how my guys are aligned,
Right, that's true.
the only guys that can
You're
so
going to lose a character.
I think I've taken this. I've forgotten something. I had turned these guys around. I think the previous turn I didn't mention that, and I believe I've already rolled. These are all after the charges have. So I declared a charge. Everyone was going after the knights,
Okay.
and I was waiting for him to flee, but he
Right.
didn't. It's
Okay.
like, oh, maybe he'll flee, and that'll get him out of there, and then that'll be that to get some points. But he didn't, and every unit failed.
Did they really?
Yeah, I sent a giant in because I thought, okay, he's a little faster. He'll be able to get to those knights.
Right.
He did. Everyone failed getting in there.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think those were the die rolls I put next to him. So,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
and then we tallied it up at the end, and I had 14. He had
14-6.
6. I had the objective 2-1, I believe, at the end, and it ended up being 17-3 to the Asklanders.
Nice job. So that was his first game back. What did he think?
Yes.
Was he happy? Was he okay with it?
Oh, he said he was asking about your tournament, and
Okay.
he's looking to play more games. Maybe not with this army, but he wants to spend more time, of course, designing his army because he kind of put it together right before the game while we were chatting. So he didn't optimize anything, as you could tell on a few things, and some stuff he just wanted to use because he painted. He's very much a guy that he paints a unit, he wants to use it.
Right.
He's not trying to create the absolute best possible army list you could ever do. He likes flavor. So,
Okay.
and that was kind of the deal. So,
Yeah, I might have been tempted to charge both characters into the flank and the giant in the front.
I thought about it.
Or maybe the third character try the long charge, which he would have failed based on your rolls. But
yeah,
I'm not saying it's the smartest thing to do. I'm just saying I probably would have done that and probably lost all of them. So, anyway.
well, the smart move was probably actually charging the whole unit into the warriors.
Oh, in the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long charge, though.
It is.
Actually, you're right. So based on that,
but it was like the distances were a little far. If that was anything. So I figured any one of my guys got to those knights, I'd kill them, or at least beat them.
Right.
But it just didn't work out.
The knights are probably the best charge on the last turn because you're not risking anything.
Exactly. Because I knew he wasn't going to kill anything I was sending into him.
Who cares if you fail? And like you said, any one of them should do okay.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the giant.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping with the giant that he'd go first and put a few wounds on me and make sure that I could kill him.
That's true. He might not have enough room. That's true. He's got
4 attacks.
4 or 5 maybe because of champ.
Yeah.
So you have to hit and wound with all of them.
Yeah.
Or get some help from the horses.
Right.
They would all have to hit wound, even the horse.
And he's got lances,
so he's not doing that.
So it's unlikely.
Yeah, no, it's very unlikely. Okay, so you're right. So any one of those does okay versus him.
Yeah. Then I think at the end I tried to shoot and magic him off. That didn't work either.
Right.
They were not going to be removed from the table.
All right. Well, it's good to see him back and playing again.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And I got to put my Asklanders on the table.
You did for the second time.
Yeah. Since like They're not tournament legal because they won't remove that comment from the Army book.
No, I hope they never do.
Yeah.
They should put that comment on the
Yeah.
Infernal Dwarf Army book.
Yeah. I have to say I'm less and less enamored with the Longship raid.
I don't know why.
It's just the number of points you have to put into it.
Yeah, but it did so well for you in this game.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You killed all the Feldrakes, and you got the Feldrakes. You pulled his big guy out of the line back there to the back, and ended up killing
Yeah,
him.
the Berserker. Well, the Berserkers worked out. They were lucky.
Yeah. No, I think you.
But yeah,
I think you did fine with them.
yeah, I'm just not convinced. I think one unit is good enough.
Hmm.
It's just buying all these characters. It
Right.
just sucks up because this really is an army that needs numbers, and it doesn't have it when you take all those characters.
Yep.
I had 6 characters. I mean,
You did have a lot of characters.
Yeah.
That's a ton of characters.
yeah, and I don't want to put the BSB or the general.
But most people max their character allotment anyway, so it's whether you're doing it in 6 or just more expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how powerful your characters are, but these characters aren't that powerful. I mean, the main guy's pretty good, and the Berserker guy because of the magic items, but the other guys don't have a lot of attacks, and the Dias makes them a little
They
scarier.
have like 5 strength 5, don't they?
Yeah, no.
What?
No.
No?
They've got 3, depending on which weapon you give them.
You must be doing something wrong.
Unless you take the Jarl, of course, that's the general, and then the
Right.
Berserker guy gets the other. I gave him the symbol of slaughter, so or whatever that thing is called, where he gets more attacks. But yeah, I think definitely like the spears better than the great weapons. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
And I'm pretty convinced that the archers are kind of a useless unit.
Yeah, but they look good.
Yeah, that they do. That they do.
Yeah.
The
Well, you're also playing a guy who has nothing soft and squishy to shoot at in this game.
Sure, but I mean it's only a handful of shots in strength 3, and
Right.
Um, it was a place to put mages, which is something else you have to think about with this army. How you want to deploy your mages, 'cause you don't have a lot of options.
Right, because you don't want them fighting.
Right.
Well, scarification protects one,
Yeah.
hopefully, in
Yeah.
theory.
If you give them, so it's just a question of do you want a master or do you want because I think witchcraft's better with the master.
Yeah, to get the access to the random movement spell.
Yeah. Or if you want to I'm a big fan of 2 adepts because if you lose one, you're still in the game to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And you can double up on spell types across. And I just can't bring myself to have a master and an adept have so many points in magic.
That's a ton of points in magic, but
Yeah.
it's done a lot.
It can, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I think it also depends what your paths are that you have access to.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well-
it was a good time. We actually did this over 2 days.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, he'd come over on a Wednesday night, and since it was at my house, I think we finished the first 3 turns, and then we just left it, and then came back
to it.
like a week later, and we didn't remember what the hell happened, but and then we finished the game. So that's one of the advantages of being,
Playing at a house.
playing
Yes.
at a house. Yeah,
All right.
it was all good.
Looks good. Good to see him back and playing again.
Yeah,
All right.
and those are my charge distances.
What you rolled?
Yeah,
Okay.
now that I'm remembering it.
Nice. Double 1s and a 1 and a 3.
Yeah, and two 3s.
Yep. Oof. All right. All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Till next time.